Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, February 11th, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Oklahoma City Thunder vs Philadelphia 76ers. Oklahoma City has been led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's averaging 22.7, while Dort is averaging 17, and Josh Giddey is chipping in with 12.1 points. Without SGA, the Thunder will rely on its defense to keep them in games. Injury report. The Thunder are dealing with a ton of injuries as Gilgeous-Alexander, Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, Aaron Wiggins, Mike Muscala, Isaiah Roby are all out, while the status of KZ Okpala is unknown. Philadelphia 76ers. The Thunder have lost 3 straight games and 11 of their last 13 games on the road. They've struggled offensively, especially on the road where they've made only 40% of their shots. They've played worse in recent games without leading scorer Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is out indefinitely with an ankle injury. They've also been very careless with the ball, turning it over more than 16 times per game in their last 3 games. The 76ers have won 4 of their last 6 home games, and they've done a great job defensively. They rebound the ball well and force a lot of turnovers, so expect the Thunder to struggle offensively in this game. The 76ers are also playing well on the offensive end, especially in their last 3 games, with the team making over 50% of their shots. They just traded for James Harden, which will give them a big boost on offense. They've been great on the offensive glass at home and they don't turn the ball over a lot. The 76ers have been led by Joel Embiid, who's averaging 29.4 ppg, while Tobias Harris is chipping in with 19.1, and Tyrese Maxey is averaging 16.9. Harden will give the Sixers an additional 20-point score and gives the team a true floor general, averaging 9.9 assists, along with 8.3 rebounds per game. Injury report. It's expected that Harden will be in the lineup on Friday, but the 76ers are without Shake Milton, while Maxey is day-to-day. Our first betting pick is Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia is averaging 107.8 points per game. They scored 109 points in their last game, making 46.1% of their field goals and 31.3% of their three-pointers. Joel Embiid led the way for the 76ers with 34 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Tobias Harris finished with 30 points and 7 rebounds, while Tyrese Maxey added 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Philadelphia has played well defensively, giving up 105.8 points per game. They gave up 114 points in their last game and will need a better performance if they want to get the win. Our second betting pick is under 207.5. Cleveland Cavaliers vs Indiana Pacers. Indiana showcased a depleted lineup after their blockbuster trade in a 133-112 road loss to the Atlanta Hawks on Tuesday evening. The Pacers had only 8 healthy players. Chris Duarte led the Pacers with 25 points. Lance Stevenson had 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists in his first start of the season. The Pacers are now in the midst of a major overhaul and will look to review their young roster as the season goes along. Do you remember the days when being traded to Cleveland was like a player was being sent away to purgatory? Things have clearly changed. It's once again Believeland for the Cavs, with Caris LeVert joining a roster that was already destined for playoff contention. Darius Garland is back on the floor, and the front court is healthy with Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. This Cavs team is going to be a problem for the rest of the league. Let's be honest, the Pacers don't even belong in this matchup. They're smack dab in the middle of a rebuild, with Chris Duarte being the only player stepping onto the floor on Friday night averaging in double scoring figures. Miles Turner and Malcolm Brogdon are both out for this game. They can't score with the Cavs at this point, and they certainly can't score against them. Sabonis, the Pacers' leading scorer before being traded, was on the floor in the recent meeting between these two teams last Sunday, and Indiana was still held to only 85 points. They're a turnover machine as well, and that won't get any better with the roster shakeup. Our first betting pick is Cleveland Cavaliers to cover the spread. Malcolm Brogdon and Miles Turner are both listed as out for Friday's game against the Cavs. So Chris Duarte is the only player remaining on the roster averaging in double scoring figures. Other players on the team are going to have to step up, and the Pacers have to avoid becoming a turnover machine. We've seen it all season from them, with the team averaging 13 giveaways per game. They must nip that in the bud to survive in this matchup. I wouldn't hold my breath on them finding life on the defensive end of the floor with the team allowing 117.7 points in their last 3 outings. Whether it's Duarte or someone else, the Pacers desperately need someone to have a hot shooting night. But they'll have to do so against one of the best defensive teams in basketball. Our second betting pick is under 214.5. Charlotte Hornets vs Detroit Pistons. The Pistons were outclassed all night long by a much stronger Mavericks team in a 116-86 blowout loss on Tuesday night. Hamidou Diallo had 18 points to lead the Pistons, who have lost 5 in a row and 9 of 10. Jeremy Grant had 15 points, and Isaiah Stewart had 14 points and 15 rebounds. On Wednesday afternoon, the Pistons made a move to improve their front line, acquiring Marvin Bagley III from Sacramento. Detroit will welcome Bagley's low-post game to go along with its young guards. The Hornets haven't eclipsed the 33% mark from three-point range in their past 6 games. That includes a 9-for-40 clip in Monday night's 116-101 loss to the Toronto Raptors. Kelly Oubre Jr. was 0 for 8 on threes despite scoring 17 points. The three ball has obviously dried up a bit, Charlotte head coach James Borrego said. It's okay. It's going to come back to us. But until then, we have to find our offense through our defense in a lot of ways. The Hornets followed their loss to Toronto with another loss, 121-109 to the Bulls at home. The Hornets continued their struggles from beyond the arc, shooting just 13 of 43 from 3-PT range at 30%. This isn't a matchup for the faint of heart as the Pistons are the worst team in the Eastern Conference, while the Hornets come in with 6 straight losses on the ledger to fall back to the .500 mark on the year. With that said, Charlotte at least had Thursday off while the Pistons were getting hammered by Memphis. Both teams made deals heading into the deadline, but the fact remains that Charlotte still has plenty of offensive talent to work with. The Hornets are much better on the offensive end of the floor. That, plus rest, works in their favor. Lay the points and back Charlotte as they get back into the win column. Our first betting pick is Charlotte Hornets -6.5. On the year, the Pistons are second last in the league in scoring offense as they average just 102.1 points a game. Detroit is 28th in rebounding with an average of 42.7 boards per contest and 26th in assists by dishing out 22.4 dimes a night. The Pistons are 25th in the league in scoring defense as they give up an average of 111.9 points per contest. Saddiq Bey is third on the Pistons with 15.5 points plus 5.7 rebounds per contest on the year. Jeremy Grant adds 19.1 points plus 4.5 rebounds per game, while Kelly Olynyk chips in 10 points plus 4.8 boards a night. Isaiah Stewart, Frank Jackson, 11.1 points, Killian Hayes, Corey Joseph, Hamidou Diallo, 11 points, and Luka Garza are looked at to be contributors for coach Dwayne Casey. First overall pick Cade Cunningham, 15.8 points, 5.5 boards, 5.2 assists, has performed well in his rookie campaign. Detroit is 29th in the league in field goal percentage as they shoot 42% from the floor as a team. The Pistons are 25th in the league in threes per game as they hit 11.1 triples per contest, while they are second to last in three-point percentage as they connect on just 31.8% of their attempts from beyond the arc. Detroit acquired Marvin Bagley III from Sacramento in a deal that involved the Clippers and Bucks. Trey Lyles and Josh Jackson were moved in the deal. Cunningham didn't play Thursday with a hip injury. Keep an eye out for an update on his status. On the season, the Hornets are second in the league in scoring offense with 113.3 points per game. Charlotte is 18th in the league in rebounding as they collect 44.4 boards per contest and 4th in assists with 26.9 dimes per contest. The Hornets are 28th in scoring defense as they allow an average of 114.3 points per game. LaMelo Ball is second on the team with 19.8 points, 7.1 rebounds and 7.5 assists a night this season. Gordon Hayward chips in 17 points plus 4.7 boards per contest, while Miles Bridges contributes 19.8 points and 7.1 rebounds per contest. Kelly Oubre Jr. adds 16.6 points, while Terry Rozier chips in 18.4 points per contest. Mason Plumlee, PJ Washington, 9.7 points, Cody Martin and Jalen McDaniels are looked at to provide rotational depth for the Hornets. Charlotte is 16th in the league in field goal percentage as they shoot 45.7% from the field as a team. The Hornets are 5th in threes per game with 13.8 per contest and 9th in three-point field goal percentage by shooting 36% from beyond the arc. Hayward, ankle, Martin, ankle Achilles, and McDaniels, ankle, are all out for this one. Charlotte acquired Montrezl Harrell from Washington for Ish Smith and Vernon Carey Jr. in a deal ahead of the trade deadline. Our second betting pick is under 226.5. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.